How do I stop the bus? With this gun in my hand. Unmistakable hero by virtue of the fact that he carries a gun, Falk Zildjian boards the bus to Parabellum City. He has gone to the neighboring town of Santopolis after hearing reports that the highwayman had broken out of jail and returned to his old ways, holding up travelers and offering them the usual deal, your money or your life. It turned out the highwayman was still locked up. He had paid people to spread the rumors as a way to maintain his reputation. Outside the frosty windows of the bus, a light snow covered the cornfields, a few broken stalks poking up from the frozen ground. Falk found a seat next to a gentleman in a heavy overcoat.
Pardon me, but I'm afraid you can't sit here. I've paid for both of these seats in order to have more privacy.
Somebody sold you a bill of goods, Mac. There's no saving seats for ghosts.
Look, I see what you're doing and it won't work. You obviously know that I'm David Graham, senior engineer on the project to improve the torpedo casings for the Turkish Navy. Colonel Hockey of the secret police warned me that spies would try to stop me, even kill me. If they can delay the provisioning of the Turkish Navy with these improved armaments, they could turn the tide in the war. Colonel Hockey advised me to make friends with no one, particularly those who seem anxious for your friendship.
Good. Then I'll keep being unfriendly if that helps. I have to sit here. This is the last empty seat on the bus. The driver will yell at you if you try to stand up in the aisle while it's moving. Even if the motion of the vehicle gives you the sensation that you're riding a plank of wood across the surf, like those Hawaiian fellas do.
Then I suppose you'll have to sit here. But you don't frighten me, and you won't get any secrets from me.
Fine.
It would do you no good even if I told you the design, because you'd have to acquire and create super alloys of just the right mix of steel, aluminium, and a smidgen of molybdenum.
Let's just both keep to ourselves, and then you won't accidentally spill the secret formula. I'd like to get some shut-eye.
That's all right by me. Just don't try anything. I've got my eye on you.
Have you seen that fairy tale movie came out this year? The Wizard of Oz? I like the scene where they run through a field of flowers and the witch says,
"Poppies, poppies, sleep, sleep." I have not seen it.
Oh, Mr. Graham, I am so glad to meet you. My name is Josette. I make the journey to a new life in Parabellum City. I hope to become a fighter of crime there, but I have not yet decided on a nom de guerre. Perhaps you might advise me, given your military expertise.
I am a civilian, and I have no experience in the military.
But surely your knowledge of weapons would...
See here, how did you know I work with weapons? How do you know my name?
I overheard you talking with this gentleman, Falk Zildjian.
Eavesdropping on us, eh?
Ah, no. It is a small bus, and you have been the only people talking. There is not even the usual background track of hubbub.
If you're looking for a hero name, Miss Josette, I could help with that. I've known one or two crime fighters in my time. I've even suggested a few names.
Oh la la, merci, no. Is it not true that you invented the name for the cherry pachyderm?
Yes, that's true, to my eternal regret.
No matter how friendly or attractive you are, you shan't get me to tell you about the 17% mix of molybdenum to 48% of aluminium.
I think it's best if you return to your seat, miss. The driver might yell at you for standing in the aisle if you don't.
Excuse me, is anyone sitting here?
Yeah, 2 of us. There's no room.
In Germany, we make efficient use of available space by seating 3 people across each bus seat.
Maybe 3 kids can share a seat on a school bus, but these seats
Please,
aren't...
pardon me. My name is Dr. Heller. I provide medical services to passengers on behalf of the bus line. I hope you will not hold it against me, my nationality, just because your nation is at war with mine, Mr. Graham.
How did you know my name?
We have all heard your name, Mr. Graham. How could we help it? But you have nothing to fear from me. I am Stanos Mithrodopolis, a tobacco salesman.
Is that supposed to be a Greek accent?
Yes. What else would it be?
I've never heard...
Please, Mr. Graham, do not let these other people bother you. They won't get away with mischief while there are good people watching out for you. Friends like me, Zorbaz Kuvetli.
And what's your cover story, Mr. Kuvetli?
I am employed by the Conejo Verde coach line as a concierge, one who organizes entertainment and acquires tickets to the ballet, or the picture show, or games of the baseball. A sort of arranger, n'est-ce pas?
That's absurd. Most of these passengers carry their belongings in paper grocery bags. How could a third-rate bus company competing with Greyhound afford to employ a concierge?
Monsieur, please. It is a simple matter.
Don't bother to explain it. I'm going to my stateroom, and I'll not come out for the duration of the journey. The journey into fear. Is that phrase supposed to mean something? What phrase?
Journey into fear.
No, it just came to mind as I thought about my journey.
Please, Mr. Graham, you feel that a low-class bus company would not employ a concierge, and yet you acknowledge that you have paid for a stateroom. Surely you understand this is not something you would find on a Greyhound.
I honestly have no idea what could be found on a Greyhound. I'm more accustomed to travel by seaplane or first class on cargo ships. Now, if you'll excuse me...
Say, covertly, I take the bus all the time, and this is the first I've heard of them offering staterooms. When did they start this?
You will remember the pizzicato fiasco.
Sure. When the Parabellum City Area Transit System outfitted their buses with small kitchen areas and automat-style vending machines. They started selling pizza in partnership with D'Onofrio's Muy Authentico Pizzeria. Pizza is a sort of Italian flatbread.
Please, I am aware of what pizza is, Mr. Zildjian. The point is that they had several buses with these compartments in back that are walled off, previously used as kitchens, or the spaces behind the vending machines. It would cost them too much to tear out those compartments and replace them with seats, so they sold these buses to Conejo Verde Coach Line. Conejo Verde has tried to advertise upscale accommodations to justify increased ticket prices. Things like personal staterooms, concierge services, or selling an extra seat just for your luggage.
I told you so.
Please, Mr. Graham, you have not yet met me, Gogol, the Hungarian dancer on my way to appear at the world-renowned Roxy Theatre in Parabellum City.
Don't trust him, Mr. Graham. That man claims to be a professional dancer, but he will dip you without preparing you to dip. Every professional knows that you must signal first. You put your hand up on my hip.
I've heard so much about you today, Mr. Graham. I feel like I've known you much longer than 6 minutes 51 seconds.
Mr. Graham, would you like a slice of pie? You might not be aware that Conejo Verde now provides in-service meals for a price. If you were a professional, you'd know that some dances require my hand up on your hip, and yet no dip is scheduled or intended. No dip. No dip.
It's a matter of trust, and you don't have mine, Gogo. If that is your real name, you're probably a Hungarian spy. Wait, which side are the Hungarians on at this point?
I'll take a piece of rhubarb if you got it, with a slice of cheese on top. Is that a southern thing? I don't know where I heard it, but it's even better than pie a la mode.
Please, ladies and gentlemen, these are not dessert pies. We offer pizza in the traditional Neapolitan style.
I don't care what Colonel Hockey told you. I am the friend you need. You got a friend in me. When the road looks rough ahead...
What drinks do you serve? Do you have Courvoisier? Does it count as open intoxicants if it's taken with a meal on a long-distance bus? Quiet! Quiet, all of you! You can all sit here pretending not to be German spies who know each other. I'm going to my stateroom.
This gun in my hand is brought to you by the Wild Root Company, makers of Wild Root Cream Oil for the hair. Yes, Wild Root Cream Oil is the choice of well-groomed men. Rugged men who know they must persist even when the bets are against them, even though the dice are loaded and the fight is fixed. In every Horatio Alger story about a kid rising from the gutter to prosperity, Ragged Dick's luck only kicks in when an older rich man spots the kid in the gutter and acts as his benefactor or father figure, giving him clothes and money and a place to live. Pull yourself up by your bootstraps? Hogwash. These are stories about currying favor with rich people, hoping they'll attach silver bootstraps to your worn-out shoes so you can be hoisted up by laborers. Anyway, Wild Root Cream Oil helps you see past all that, makes you look confident in the face of an unforgiving world built on nepotism and chance. With enough superficial plastered-on confidence, you might convince yourself the world works on merit, that you really stand a chance. Self-delusion of this type is a good thing. Did I say men? Also great for women and children. Bicycle chains last longer with a coating of Wild Root Cream Oil. Buy it at your local drug or toilet goods counter, or in hardware, today. What are you waiting for? Are you waiting for us to return to tonight's episode of This Gun in My Hand? Because we're not cutting back to the story until you buy some product. Got it? Good.
Mr. Graham, it's me, Falk Zildjian. Can I speak to you? All right. You seem like the most sincere and least friendly of all these strangers. Perhaps you're just a better actor. Look, Mr. Graham, I think these people are just the kind of amiable citizens you meet in Parabellum City or Santopolis. They have a long, boring bus ride ahead of them, and they're trying to pass the time by making friendly conversation. How can I take the chance? What if they are all spies trying to lull me into a sense of complacency so they can kill me more easily, thus giving a naval advantage to the Nazis? Why would they send 40 spies to ride with you on the bus? That I do not know. Perhaps they want several layers of backups in case one or two assassins can't get the job done. I don't think so. If the whole bus was filled with German spies right now, why would they bother talking to you or acting friendly? They could all pull out guns and shoot you right now. Then they could make the bus driver drop them off somewhere safe, like an abandoned farmhouse outside of town, where they could wait till the heat died down. They'd shoot the driver so he couldn't talk, and probably shoot me so there'd be no witnesses. Wouldn't that be a lot easier? That's what I'd do.
He makes a good point.
Except the only abandoned farmhouse outside of town burned down between episodes 13 and 14. That'd be a lousy place to hide out. And anyway, your whole project was about improving the casings on some torpedoes for the Turkish Navy, right?
Shh, don't say it so loud.
Is that really going to put them over the top? Battles will be decided by which side has torpedoes slightly more streamlined than the others? And nothing against the Turks, but is their Navy a decisive factor in slowing or stopping U-boats in the Mediterranean or the Black Sea? Also in the Sea of Marmara, but I suppose you're right. I bet this is all a red herring.
What is this fish of which you speak? This red herring?
It's a figure of speech, Josette. If police are tracking you with bloodhounds and you want to escape, you rub fish along the trail in the direction you want to mislead them. Then you backtrack some distance and run away in a different direction. The smell of the fish overwhelms the bloodhounds, and they follow that false trail instead of the trail you actually took.
But how do you do the, backtrack without walking through the fish juice? You would pick up their fragrance on your boots, and it would once more lead the bloodhounds to you straight away.
I don't know. I've never tried it literally. I guess you'd have to be careful about walking beside the fish juice trail without stepping in it. That doesn't matter. The point is, the Brits or the Turks might have organized this whole thing to lead German spies off the scent of some more important weapon. Something like bomb sights with improved accuracy, possibly being transferred from one place to another. Let's say Switzerland.
But the Swiss, they are historically neutral in European wars.
I'm just imagining if the scientist was Swiss. Maybe he's not working for his government, he's working solo, and the plans for the bomb site are on microfilm. The scientist is being guarded by a standoffish genius detective and his pistol-toting doctor assistant who needs everything explained to him. The doctor's sidekick serves as a proxy for the audience, see?
Slow down, please. I can't write that fast. This is just what I need for my screenplay. Proxy for the audience.
Driver, does this bus route have any stops on East Coast ports where we can purchase tickets to Zurich?
You'll have to talk to the concierge.
He's really a concierge? I thought it was a cover story.
Could be both. He might have planned this long ago and gotten hired as a concierge.
Just pull over and stop the bus here. We'll fade into the cornstalks and make our way back to Mithrodopolis. From there we can charter a series of planes to Switzerland. These bus seats are a pain in the Rückseite.
Zildjian said at the start that it's winter. There's snow on the ground and the corn has been harvested. It's all cut down except for a few remnants of stalks that are 6 to 12 inches high.
I don't care. I need to urinate. Stop the bus. Come along, everyone.
And do not try to follow us. Continue your journey toward this Parabolum city and go about your business.
You're not going to kill us? I thought you'd at least want to eliminate witnesses.
Who would believe that 40 Axis spies traveled to the Midwest to stop an engineer from marginally improving the casings of torpedoes for the Turkish Navy?
Touché.
Do we still have time in this episode for me to reveal that I am not an Axis spy? I am exactly what I appear to be, a gold digger who seeks to seduce wealthy bus passengers. Except that I have felt much sympathy for David because of the danger he was in today, and he has won my heart. Can we not go off together, genuinely in love?
Sure. I don't know. We can record an extra minute or two.
Good.
I think I'd like that. All's well that
You
ends...
do have a lot of money, though, don't you? This secret military engineering gig?
Oh yes, darling. Oodles of it.
Ah, mon petit chou.
Journey into Fiasco, episode 120 of This Gun in My Hand, was driven and engineered by Rob Northrup. This episode and all others are available on YouTube with automatically generated closed captions of dialogue. Visit thisguninmyhand.blogspot.com for credits, show notes, archives, and to buy my books, such as Sisyphus Eat Your Heart Out, available in paperback and ebook from Amazon. What makes torpedoes move faster? This gun in my hand.